So turn down the lights, lock the door. It's time for DJs After Dark.
Danny J here for DJs After Dark. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell as well. And as always, leave us some comments going there. It helps with the search engine optimization. DJs After Dark. We've been off for the summer. We're back again right here on the DJB Productions Network. I am joined by my colleagues, Rob Cannon.
Yo, Bobby.
Dr. Rock.
Hi, I'm
Thomas.
back after getting a reduction. We'll talk about it later.
No, we're not. We're going to bring in, I got Matt Sutter.
Good morning.
There we go. And of course, Fast Eddie C.
Cheers.
Cheers. Guys, what a great day it was. We are here right now, DJB Productions Network, DJs After Dark. We've been off for the summer. We took a little bit of time off.
Yep.
Because Rob had to spend time with his wife.
Yeah, that's why.
Pretty much. And then the bullshit stopped at that comment. But now we're back and we're flying high, and we got plenty more stuff coming out to you for DJs After Dark, which is great. We're in a newly renovated studio, which is awesome. Thanks to Rob Cannon right here at the Cannon Entertainment Studio. So that's fantastic.
And Ed
as well.
helped too.
And Ed helped too.
Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie was fast. He said,
I helped too, all the way from South
helped.
Carolina. I helped by staying out of the way.
he helped. He's supervising by staying out of the way.
It's like being in the have-nots room of Big Brother. All right, so
Last night I was doing a wedding, right? And this was a wedding that I recommended to me by friends and it's like neighbors and stuff like that. And real nice people. I can't convey that enough. Really, really nice people.
damn, are they nice people?
They were really nice people.
I think they were nice people.
How nice were they? It's
They
like
must
it's like
have
it's like
really
a sort
nice.
of a joke. How nice were they?
But they
How was
were
their
so
nice? How was
they
their
weren't
nice meter?
Now, the funny thing is, here's what happened. Like they were the kind of couple. They're like, you know what, we don't care, whatever. You know, we like this kind of music. You're not gonna be able to play it. It's fine. You know, what I mean? These are like Lamb of God. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, we're not. We know we're not going to get that.
Slayer.
You know what I mean? So I played Nothing Else Matters during dinner. That's about the
Nice,
right?
nice.
And
That sounds like that one I did years ago. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, where I was
You
playing
know-
Overkill.
Right.
you know what I mean?
Master the
But
puppets.
the scenario was that you know we go there and like I said, real nice guy. He's like, listen, I know you're not going to be able to do everything I want to do. He said, but it's a wedding, whatever the case is, blah blah blah. It's all good. You know, let's just do whatever you can and have fun with it. I was like, that's really cool. I said, all right, good. How much was it? Gave him a good price for a DJ. He was like, okay, cool.
He went out and hired another one.
And he went out and hired another one. He
No.
called Rob Cannon. He said, you got any?
The prick.
Rob said, you have any requests? He said, yeah, can you DJ from home? But no. But no, what happened was,
Skype.
but what happened was I go there, and it was a Friday the 13th wedding. So you can understand what these people are, right? And
Bad luck.
they embraced bad luck, I suppose. I don't know. The funny thing was, here's what I'm finding. Out of everybody that's there, right? All the women had tattoos. Every single one.
Nice.
Some were hot. Some were not.
Not when they're 72.
But everybody was inked, right? It was a 4 tat minimum to get into this wedding, right? Then you ever notice when guys are bald, they shave their head, and you can tell the guys that are doing it for fashion because their heads are real shiny and they're like almost like turtle wax. It's a glass.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have those other guys where you always see stubble, and you know for a fact that's just because they don't want to have to do their hair in the morning. So that's why they shave their head.
I'm still trying to figure out why he's doing chapstick in here. But
And then what happened was, so you have a bunch of them there, and those guys are always the guys that just getting dressed in a shirt, it's like really difficult for them, and they look uncomfortable, and they can't stand it. They have to wear a button-up shirt, that type of thing. So you had a lot of that there. On my mother's grave, people were there in sneakers, jeans, and flannels.
oh my god,
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah.
They were. One guy was there in shorts and a t-shirt.
What was the wedding cake? A tasty cake?
The wedding cake looked really nice. Actually, one of their friends did the cake. She was tatted too.
Nice.
But she was hot, dude. Like she was like hot, and I was like, wow, dude. I stare at that all day. But it was just crazy. And then like, what happened was like it was a Friday night. So you're talking Wednesday. He calls me. He says, "Listen, I just have a couple changes. Now it's only 2 nights before the wedding, so he wants to change the song, and he wants to change a lineup a little bit. So originally, his parents are divorced, right?
Okay.
So originally, he was just going to have mom and dad come out, right? Well, then he calls me on Wednesday and says, "Listen, mom's going to come out with her boyfriend, and dad's going to come out with his girlfriend."
Oh.
I said, "Okay."
What was their song? Bang Your Head by Quiet Riot?
You would think.
All right, cool.
That would be too old for them.
Sorry.
But then what happens is, then he's like, all right, and my mom wants to change the song to this other song. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, good. So that's Wednesday night. Friday, I come over there. So we're in there, and I'm lining them up to come in, right? They decide that they want to change
Again?
couples
Oh no.
1 minute before I'm bringing them in.
Oh, I hated that.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I don't even have time to write it
Just
down.
told him no.
No.
You know, I
No.
don't have time to write it down. So I'm like, all right, do that. And then I meet the parents of the groom for the first time, and you know now why they're divorced, because not only can you tell that they don't like each other,
I hate that too.
but they're not likable to begin with. So I didn't like them either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
That's
wanted
why
to
he said
divorce
they
them.
used to be friends.
I wanted to divorce them too, you know. So that happens. So we get them in, blah blah blah.
Wait, how you changed a couple couples around and you introduced them?
Introduced them
Why didn't you just tell them
because I was being nice,
you were?
Yeah.
It's just-
and because there really was no reason
Was
for
it
the
like
change.
lines going this way? So you had
was
Remember
crisscross.
that
So
on the
it was
list?
a small bridal party.
Oh,
It was a small bridal party. It was only
right.
3 couples,
Oh, okay.
so it was like only these 2 were mixed like this.
Okay.
I still messed it up coming in.
What do you mean?
I started saying that the couple I had written down,
Oh yeah.
because you got to remember I rehearsed it for a week. Before tell me a minute
Right,
before
I
we
used to do the
started.
same thing.
Yeah, I mean, as any of your decent DJs are going to do,
Right.
because we want to make sure we don't want to be reading it off our list unless we have to.
And Rob is a bit like Rob is really bad with names, so
Well,
Rob goes over many
I bought a
times
hooked on
before,
phonics last week.
before a wedding, and he memorizes it, and sometimes he'll ask me, he's like, Dan, how do you pronounce this? And I'll say, okay, blah blah blah. Okay, and then
Woman.
he gets in his head and he goes over it. That's how Rob does it, because Rob is one of those people that's just not really good with names, especially if they're like Rakowski or
I'm good at it if I don't have to study
Sturbanevsky,
it.
you know, like it's all these Polish that mess him up.
If I can see
I'm
the
always
time I read it.
Sometimes.
What's that?
Italian names.
Italian names will mess you up too. So.
and the other thing that I always would do was when I was lining them up, I would always be reading the names off my lists and being to confirm I've got so and so with so and so and so and so with so and so, which is good because I was doing this one particular wedding and I'm like, okay, and I've got I forget the girl, but I've got whoever with Mario, and he's like, no, I do pronounce it Mario. I'm like, okay, cool.
Mario.
And that's why I do it.
Right.
And why he pronounces it Mario, I don't know. But, so it's like, okay, cool. This way, everybody's happy when they're walking in. Nobody comes to me later and says, you screwed up their name. You were close, but you totally screwed it up.
Well, get this. I screwed up a lot more because they screwed me up with the name changes, right? I introduced a couple, right? And their name was John and Cassandra, right? I give them the last name of the best man.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
their last name, right?
Oh, God.
Oh no.
So I'm like, yeah, I got to do a whole Michael Buffer entrance and I do that, right? So then his mom comes up and he goes, yeah, you realize he's this, right?
That's why we want to record the names. Remember how
we always said that before. Recording the names ahead of time, it makes so much more sense.
But in your situation
that would have messed
yesterday,
up.
you would have had to do it.
Well, I would
live.
have had to tell him no. We haven't recorded. That's it.
Right.
So, but that
Turn that ringer off, Cannon.
The next
Nobody's ringing. Then to top everything off, right? The song picked, which we had in the system, right? All of a sudden now, I don't have it in the system anymore for some reason.
Worries about my
I only
shit
had the
skipping.
karaoke version.
Oh no!
Oh.
I had both before Wednesday night when I'm talking to him. I look it up. Oh yeah, there it is. Because I remember picking the karaoke version first. I'm like, wait, this is karaoke. I'm like, oh, here it is. I bring it up and it's like, boom, good. Can't find it at all in my system. It's completely gone from my system. I call Rob. Rob looks it up. Yeah, I got both the karaoke and I don't. Now all of a sudden I just have the karaoke version. So now,
So what'd you do? Get everybody?
you know
to
what?
sing?
Now ignorant mom is now mad at me.
Oh.
I'm like, whatever. You know, you're fucking ignorant anyway, you trash. You know, but you know.
Danny did wind up getting a tattoo.
But I
last night.
apologized to the kid, and I said, listen, you know, I really apologize for that. And I made up some bullshit and story saying, listen, I think the file was corrupt, and what our system does, if a file is corrupt, it'll remove it from the system, so that way it cannot be selected.
Like most of our DJs.
And he goes, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's how you BS.
That was a good story.
Yeah, that was
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Ever the salesman.
Actually, that might be true.
Dan,
It
meet
might
their,
be.
meet their
Because it
attorney.
does weirdly delete things.
Yeah, and it did. It deleted it on my system.
Can I just tell you something about last names, how you were saying that?
Yes.
So my brother-in-law, his last name, should I say it, I guess?
You can.
Tagliaferri, right?
I remember that name.
All right. Now, which is obviously my wife's maiden name. But anyway,
That's what I call
he
it.
married a
Yeah, there's like no Tagliaferris in Delco.
Hey,
this is real quick. He marries a woman and she does his voicemail on his phone. Well, it would all be good if she pronounced his last name right.
Right.
Because it's pronounced Tagliaferri.
Yeah.
She says Tagliaferria.
Oh, God.
I'm like,
Yeah, the
really?
consonants.
And you're married to this guy and this is your last name?
Don't know her last name.
Yeah.
Is she Italian?
I think she's Jewish.
That's
to tell you
why.
the truth.
Oh.
That's why.
I'm not sure.
Menegans will never pronounce it right.
But if a wife can't pronounce your own last name, your new last name right, that's
she knows how to write it down on the check, though, I bet.
I could.
Oh, I'm sure.
Rob used to send me to like these awesome weddings, and I'll never forget. It was a Polish wedding where they had like 15 people in the bridal party, all with Polish last names. But the problem was the night before, everybody slept with everybody that wasn't supposed to sleep with everybody
Oh.
because they all came in from out of town. So my introduction sheet looked like this arrow's not walking with this one. This one's not walking with
I
this
hate
one.
that.
This one's not walking with this one, and they're all Polish names. So, and I remember that, and it's like, yes, but, you know, what is it? Bachelor, I guess it's bridesmaid number 1 no longer likes groom number 4, and it got to be, and I remember all those times.
How great would that be if Ray's like, let's give it up for our bridesmaids. Give it up for bridesmaid number 1, walking in with groomsman number 4.
Oh my God!
Regardless.
Are we allowed to say places? I'll never forget.
Yeah.
We did this wedding at the townhouse, and I'll make it real fast. And what happened was everybody
it's not
came.
there anymore anyway.
Everybody came in there
Wow.
drunk. I mean, they were totally drunk. And the thing was, the bride was mad at the groom when they got there. Even the waitress said, you got to watch this. You got to handle this with kid gloves, because the groom decided he was going to touch one of the bridesmaids. So he's mad at the bride. So he touches her leg, and the hand goes up her leg and the whole bit. And here comes the bridesmaid's boyfriend, who's flying through midair, who puts him through the glass that was at the top of the floor where the windows were, right?
It's funny you should say that, because I could have gotten the bride last night like that.
Really? All you needed to do was ask her if you could put a tattoo on her?
I didn't even have to do that because she was throwing 3 sheets to the wind. I don't think
Nice.
I could have said I was her
Bridesmaid
husband
or-
than the bride.
Oh.
Yeah.
How interactive was that wedding, Dan?
Party so much. He goes, come on, party with me. Come play with me. The DJ will play with me. I'm like,
Well, the DJ can't get the
Well,
songs right, so
yeah.
all right.
Well,
DJ will play
a little
with
give and take, you know what I mean?
but speaking of Tagliaferri, me and Rob go out last weekend, and because we were, you know, part of DJing, like we're looking at income. We have a couple places that we fill in for. Sometimes we DJ there full time, depending on what the scenario is. And Rob wants to go there because the boss there is like, hey, we want something, blah, blah, blah. So Rob says, let's go check this out and see what's going on over there. Now, the subject matter of this is for another show, and we are going to put on another show. But
We are?
yeah, but I
Okay.
wanted to talk about this real quick. So Rob, back in the day, Rob and I would go out, scope places out, blah blah blah, do our thing, solid, get these jobs, and that was it. Well, now Rob wants to go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
5. That's late. I'm ready for bed.
And
now.
and
He
Lisa
he can't pronounce names.
and Lisa has to come out with everything because God forbid, this guy, the women are going to be pulling him away. Ed, they want him. So Lisa's like, Rob, listen, you're going. I'll go with you. I'll just stand her. You're going to come, Lisa, because we're going to be out for a little while. We're going to do it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll get something to eat, or I'll
I'll bring a bag of chicken nuggets.
So Lisa gets there. Lisa gets there with Rob. And
Thanks, Ed.
You can laugh.
Appreciate it, man.
She gets there, and here she is, I guess. Right? She's staring at him. She's staring at me. The lady comes in, hey, you guys want something to drink? Want something? Rob's like, yeah, I'll have an iced tea. And, and I said, yeah, I'll have like a Diet Coke or whatever. She's like, I'll just have water. Just water.
Well, Rob's getting better
Right?
because it wasn't sure.
So everything comes out. Here she is, I guess, looking at the menu, staring at the menu because you don't want to stare at Rob anymore, right? Rob gets his iced tea. This tastes funny. It's got a weird aftertaste. I swear to God, Ed and
Dude,
Matt, when I tell you,
disgusting.
I thought like the Twilight Zone hit an old age home. That
Oh God.
right?
It was a Viagra inside the
now,
iced tea.
because now I'm staring at them, saying, "What the fuck are these two people talking about?" Right? She's over there like this.
The ice cubes were dirty.
She's like this, right? Lisa, you going to get something to eat? No, I'll just have my water. I'll just have water. That's good. I'll have
She
water.
ate.
Right? She didn't eat. No. So Rob orders like an appetizer. Yeah, we'll get cheesesteak rolls, egg rolls.
They were great.
I got provolone sticks. God forbid they should fucking buy mozzarella, these fucking Metagons, right? So they got
So
provolone
Rob
sticks.
gummed them to death. But go ahead.
So it comes out, and then here's Lisa like this. I don't think Lisa ate a fucking thing.
No, she had one of them cheesesteak egg rolls.
Did she eat it or did she smell
She
it?
didn't like it.
She didn't like it at all, the cheesesteak egg roll.
What did you think of it? I didn't.
I
think
thought it was
anything
okay.
of
It was,
Yeah,
it was cheesesteak and an egg roll. That's all it was. What do you expect it to be?
I've had it there before, and it was a lot better.
I don't know.
But let's
How much
face
better
it.
can it be?
But hold on.
It's a
Cheesesteak and an egg roll.
egg roll. It's
Let
an
me
egg
defend-
roll and a cheesesteak.
Hold on.
There's cheesesteak and an egg roll.
Hold on,
That's
let
it.
me-
The
let
taste
me-
don't change.
We don't have to
Shut
overthink
up
this
and let
shit.
me clear up something here. Anybody that drinks brewed unsweetened iced tea
Yes,
knows
I do.
that sometimes it has a different taste.
Shrimpus.
That
It didn't have a taste.
no, the taste is if it's old, it tastes funny.
How old?
Look
Weeks?
at that. It's like it's
So now here she is,
a
Ed.
day or two. Yeah.
Lisa's there like this. I said, "Come on, Lisa, you sexy thing." I'm trying to make her laugh, but she's like, "Yes."
She's probably got
The whole
nausea
time
from
she's
the
staring
iced
at
tea.
me, right? And could you imagine, like, and I'm thinking about, and then all of a sudden it pops in my head. I said, "Imagine having sex with Lisa." And she's like, "Yeah." She's like this, right?
With
I would say,
the cheesesteak
No,
egg
Rob-
roll right
Rob
next
and
to
Why
her.
is he imagining having sex?
because I was there. It was something to do because I was trying to get off the. This has a funny aftertaste. I think I pooed myself. It's a horrible conversation, right?
Dan's got
So
a
I'm going to my station because I'm going to have sex with somebody. So Lisa's in front of me. I'm having sex with Lisa, and here she is again, like grumpy cat,
Oh,
right?
How do we go from this wedding that you had?
Josephine Biden.
Right? And then I'm thinking to myself, I mean, I'm sitting there having sex with grumpy Lisa in my head, right?
and the iced teas are
And,
on
and
Danny.
all I'm thinking to myself is that I'd be like kind of looking back for Rob's daughter because I really like Rob's daughter. I ain't gonna lie.
That's nice.
And I
That's nice to say on the
Lauren,
air.
Lauren's
Which one?
gorgeous.
my God.
Lauren is gorgeous. Lauren is gorgeous.
Oh,
Lauren,
And Lauren's,
also,
Lauren's a friend of
but
my daughter, Lauren.
But Lauren's funny though because Lauren's like, Dad, Talk to me, Rob.
Because
Where
Dad,
are you?
Dad, why is Dan being nice to me?
the iced tea is poison.
Because he wants to get to your pants.
Obviously he does, because I thought he was just saying hello, but then all of a sudden my ass was in my air, and then I had my panties in my mouth. I don't understand what he was talking about. Dad, what is this? It's so disgusting.
Welcome
I
to
did it.
divorce court.
And then Lisa will be like this. Yeah, Rob. Why did that happen, Rob?
Oh, yeah.
I guess.
All this because you
the
wouldn't
brunt
eat,
of this whole
I know,
but I
all this because you wouldn't eat the cheesesteak
You
egg
need
roll.
a goddamn cheesesteak egg roll, and because the iced tea had a funny taste.
And Matt's in the
And
background
meanwhile,
going,
gentlemen,
shit, I gotta go tune up a car.
We're there to scope out a bar. I'm not there for this fucking travesty that I'm involved with, right? So,
Dan's like, next time I bring you, I'm leaving you home.
No, actually, what this comes down to is what Rob used to do years ago. He gives the jobs to everybody that he doesn't want. So he knows that Dan was going to have a hell of a time last night. And Rob,
so I said,
right.
So I go, Lisa,
What
are you having a good time?
about?
I said, Lisa, you having a
He
good
booked
time?
it.
She goes, yeah, it's fine.
I didn't get
It's fine.
Right.
And you liking the food? Yeah, I'm okay.
The moral of the story is don't drink the water.
Rob's like, please taste this. It has a funny aftertaste. Taste it. I don't know. Dan, you want to taste? I'm like, I don't want to fucking taste it.
Christ, it was oral
I got
sex.
Diet Pepsi or whatever it is. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with that. What'd you put in it?
Anyway.
So he's like, yes. You want to? Then he goes, you want? Lisa, here's how Rob sells things too. Lisa doesn't like these cheesesteak egg rolls. Dan, you want one?
Right.
No,
Well, what
I
if
asked
she
if you wanted one before.
If she don't like it, why the fuck would I want to eat the goddamn thing, right?
It's like, here, Lisa almost got sick on this, Dan. Want one?
Yeah,
So,
and
hold
Lisa,
on. All
Lisa's got her glasses on, and she's like, and she's not eating. They already ordered. She's still reading the fucking menu because she does not want to be there, but yet she has to be there. This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with.
She has to be there, but she doesn't have to be there.
She does not.
My wife used to say, I don't have
In her mind, she has to be there.
to be there.
And then she's saying, why do I come?
Fabio over here is going to get fucking picked up right away.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I'm such
the
a
moment he
sexy
walks
man.
into that bar, they're going to be like, oh my God. He's like a young Freddie Prinze.
I remember the show Dance Down where he looked like a young Danny Terrio.
I would look at him.
Those days are long gone.
No.
I love that birthmark in your stomach. It looks like the United States.
Actually, it's a squashed olive that he didn't realize he had.
But yeah, so that was my Saturday night last.
Ed's looking like
Friday
shit. We
Or Friday
didn't do
night,
this
yeah.
all summer.
I have friends that are like in their like mid 70s.
Right.
I thought he was going to invite them too. I said, this guy, he makes it older and older. I just want to go play like canasta with these fucking people.
No, they can
Because
they can all watch their water pick bubble. All right, so it's
So
kind
we
of a
went
neat
from
thing.
a wedding to Rob.
Yep.
It's
So
back to the wedding.
Yeah. Anyway.
now here we go.
But here's the deal.
Prelude
So-
back to the wedding.
So,
Dan,
the
pick it up.
stepdad, so I'm over there making music or whatever. And like the boyfriend of like the mom, they're all jerk offs. And I'm on my mother, they're all jerk offs, except for the couples of it.
And they all want to know where Dan parks his car. Go ahead.
So they go there and they're like, so he walks by, the hall itself says, hey, how about we turn the lights down?
And
you can do a
sneak
little
out.
you can do a little bit of dancing before anything starts, right? I said, yeah, do whatever you want. I don't care. So he turns the lights down, and admittedly, he turned them down a little too low, like they were almost off. You know what I mean? And I had my dance floor lights on, but that was about it, right? It was too low for what happened. I didn't do garter and bouquet yet, so it's like early on, people are still eating. So he goes, yo, the lights are too low. I said, well, I didn't turn the lights off. Go talk to somebody, right?
You
He
said
goes,
that?
the boyfriend of the mother says to me, yo, the lights are too low. I said, well, I have nothing to do with that. I'm the DJ. I'm playing
Say
the
everybody
music,
can
you know?
light their lighter.
I'm sound, not lighting.
I'm
Thank you very much.
Excuse me. Can you get us a chair over here?
Then he goes again,
I think you're
right? And then he goes
far
again, and you're going to pick it up, right? Music wise.
off. Oh, I love that.
Now, let's diagnose that for a second.
Right there, I'm hitting YMCA.
You felt the
It was
need
good.
to ask me if I'm going to pick it up because in your mind, If you did not ask me, you're assuming that entire wedding is going to be slow songs the entire time. I felt like saying when they give out the cakes for dessert, they're going to include razor blades so we can all do a mass suicide and just slice our wrists right afterwards. Like what? Why would you ask somebody such an atrocious question? Have you ever been to any wedding where it was nothing but slow songs the entire 4 hours?
Nope.
No. But wait, in that same subject, when people ask that question, and I hate when the people who hired us ask that question, are you going to pick it up? Because obviously you tell them, oh, I was going in a few minutes. Well, can you do it now? And you do it, and nobody dances.
Exactly.
Right. Because
you
they're
jump,
not ready.
You
And you
jumped
want to talk
right.
about that? You
You
just
jumped the gun
else.
too soon.
So I got people dancing on the dance floor. They
Right.
were not dancers. This was not a dancing credit. We've all done those
Oh,
weddings
Yeah, we
where
have.
they're not dancing.
There's maybe like
Can't
one
you
or
get them up
two.
anyway?
Bottom, they're all hanging to bar, comparing neck tattoos because that's all they had.
All saying this DJ sucks.
So then,
Yeah, right.
So then I got some people dancing, right? So then this other broad comes up, old broad, but she's nice looking.
74.
She could have been. She was hot. She was hot then.
Dan was hoping she'd take her teeth out.
I'd be like, yeah.
Dan liked her
She's like,
Dan liked her because her tip was in her shoe.
So
But
she
go ahead.
goes like this. She goes like that. She goes, yeah, you know what? I'm playing, to give you an idea, I'm playing dance music. Now, this is towards the end.
dancing?
People dancing. So, I'm talking like the Rihannas and the
Right,
Okay.
Leos and stuff
All
like
right.
that.
I
I'm
didn't
playing
thank
dance
God.
music.
All right.
And Jennifer Lopez,
Right.
whatever. So people are dancing, not a lot. There's
Right.
not a lot of
But
dancing
enough
there.
that there's some kind of heartbeat.
More than 4.
Correct. Uh-huh.
That constitutes a dance floor, She goes, yeah, hon, this isn't working. I don't know.
Oh,
maybe
my God.
I don't know. Maybe we should change it up. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I got people dancing, but I'm like, what do you want me to do? You want me to go back to oldies? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, go back to oldies, blah, 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 right? So,
Were they dancing oldies?
well, I'm getting to this. So I'm playing, I think I'm playing like On the Floor. from
Jennifer Lopez.
Right. And older people, they're out there and they're dancing. They're dancing like they're liking it. And then all of a sudden I switch over to fucking like a Motown mix. And they look at me like,
I know.
they like I just like
Train wreck.
I just shot their mother.
Yeah,
or
like
something
you got
that in the
stung
face,
by
right?
like the Nile
Are
virus
you
from a
talking about the
mosquito.
people that were dancing?
Yeah.
You like,
Yeah.
Based on her request. They're
Well,
like, what the fuck? So they danced to that too. She comes out for a second and then leaves the floor. I'm like, so you're gonna request this music.
I love that. They
and then
requested,
you're
right.
gonna move.
how about they don't even dance sometimes?
Right. I had people requesting like Cupid shuffles, and then the Cupid shuffle comes on, and then they leave the dance floor when the Cupid shuffle comes on.
Yeah, I
Like,
love
for
it.
What are you trying to sabotage
Right.
this wedding? Like, what are you doing?
I used to
You
tell
know,
people right to their face, I know what I'm doing. Just give it time.
And-
it's going to be fine.
Understand, for any DJ
People
out
never
there,
want to hear that. That's the
I don't
but
care. I
any
don't give a
DJ
shit.
out there, and we're doing a lot of jokes and stuff like that. But I mean, most of the stuff I'm saying is
I would
true.
have packed a piece nowadays.
Understand, we are not psychics. So when we go to do a wedding, now keep in mind too, I had very little music interaction as far as with the groom. I only spoke to the groom. I didn't meet the bride until I got there.
No.
Didn't talk to the bride until I got, and I really didn't even talk to the bride. So I only talked to the groom, and that was it. He was like, play whatever. Nothing to tell me about like, hey, do this or do that, right? So I don't have a lot of stuff that I can even go by. I'm playing it on my own. Ed's having seizures. Look at that. Yeah. So anyway,
Ed's trying to get that girl in the blue to pop out of her top.
yeah. So
I got news for you. I may pop my stitch.
I don't have any kind of direction to go with this wedding to begin with. So I'm kind of like just playing it by my seat
The
of my
one thing I
pants.
want to ask you is, what kind of wedding was it? What did they want to hear? Did they ever specify anything?
No.
Well, then you
Well,
know
the
what?
know what?
The bride better
Red-
care hard
I
work.
hate to
Going
say
back-
this to all the listeners out there. That's your own fault.
Going back to what I said
Yes, it
before,
is.
but
That's
they
your
are-
own fault.
because there are people that listen to music that's not wedding appropriate.
That's okay, but
They weren't going to hear anything anyway. So you
but
can
at
do
least
whatever.
address that. Even if they wanted to hear Metallica all night. I did a wedding years ago where they wanted to hear a Motley Crue
Yeah.
all night long.
Oh, baby, the turn.
And I got news for you. It didn't work. So somewhere along that wedding, you say, all right, I'm a DJ. I'm a professional. I got to turn this thing around. But you got to give me something to go on. The guy came up and goes, did you turn my Motley Crue off? And he said, yeah. And he goes, thank you so much. Like, you got to know your ability. But if you don't know what kind of music you're supposed to play because the people didn't tell you, guess what, damn it? It's your own fault. Ed, where's the plane landing? Are you all right? Okay, I didn't know what we were doing. I thought we were milking a cow. I didn't know what the hell we were doing, but all right. Anyway,
But my point being is that we're not psychics.
we're not.
You got to tell us what you want. And you have to understand that it's not just you. We tell this to every wedding couple that we get. You're the host. You're not the guest. So understand, although
what do your guests want to hear?
right.
You know the crowd better than I do.
not you.
You hang with these people on a
How
social
many times
level.
have we
What
had
do they want?
Wedding couples want a certain type of music, like, hey, that's not going to work
Right.
because this, that, and the other
Well,
thing.
the one wedding you got coming up, that's
I
a
tell
lot
them,
of-
These people, and we're going a little bit over, but these people, great. That we do a lot of jobs for these people. They're awesome, right? But they're picking every possible song off of YouTube to have at the wedding, rather than people that actually sing songs. So
Right.
imagine like Matt Sunner has a little home
this
studio,
would be a great
and he's
job
doing
for
a
Matt.
cover song of somebody, and then like, oh yeah, I want that Matt Sunner song version. And it's
Yeah.
like he's doing it in his fucking bathroom.
right.
Hey, you know what I mean? Like,
While he's taking a shit.
I recorded it in the shower.
in the shower, like guitar's all wet.
Their
now.
first song
You know,
together was "I Touch
so
Myself" by the Vinyls.
So that's what ends up happening. Stuff like that. We don't know. You have to communicate with us,
And
Yes.
sometimes they don't know either.
and so you have to kind of consider your guest, who's coming, what do they like, and above all else, if you pick a DJ because they're good, let them do their thing.
Yeah.
The more requests, the more specifics that you put on a DJ, the less of the DJ you're going to get.
Yeah.
Right, because you've
Because-
changed everything
Right.
about them.
Now, this guy that we're doing a wedding for coming up, I do his parties all the time. I do my own thing, and he loves me.
Dan will be
but-
sued next week.
When I do this wedding, because of what I have to do there, it's going to be so difficult
Let
for me
me
just to keep
let
track
me
of
ask
everything
everybody
I'm
a
doing.
quick question and we'll wrap it up. But
Yeah.
when you guys all did weddings and you did what you thought was right, does the wedding usually go over a lot better versus the bride and groom giving you all their advice and most of the time they don't even know what they're talking about? Meaning like it's not going to work. So for example, Matt, if you do a wedding without all the input, do you think you do a better job sometimes because you know the crowd like better, like reading the crowd?
Yeah, because as you're going through as a DJ, you're almost relying on instinct. You're watching the floor, you're getting a feel for what's working, what's not. So that's why that's why any private like that always, if you're doing your job right, picks up.
Correct.
Because at first you're feeling everybody out. Okay, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? And of course, you're also looking at your request sheet, and you're using that request sheet as a guide. So it's like, okay, this is what the bride and groom are looking for.
Right.
They're the ones paying me. But again, too, if they're not catering to their
People.
audience,
Right.
because again, as Dan said, they are the host. It's essentially their audience. I'm just running the music for them.
Right.
So if I'm able to go with it, it tends to work out better.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm the professional. I know what kind of flows just from my own experience. So it might not seem right to you at first, but let me go.
Right.
And eventually you'll see how it all fits. And as I get to know your audience better, it's going to pick up.
Right.
And it's going to go good. And just you mingle with your guests, do what you're expected as the bride and groom,
Yeah.
and leave it to me.
Right. Okay. Let me just say,
Yeah.
Ray, as long as Ray's DJ, Ray always liked doing a certain type of DJ, and we'll call it an interactive
Yes.
DJ, and had his own thing. Now, when I would send Ray out on jobs that didn't really want that,
I never listened to you, Rob.
I know, and sometimes they like.
And Rob has the voicemails to prove it.
Correct.
Yeah, they didn't like.
There was a time they didn't like the socks I wore.
Yeah. Or that he took off his pants.
They were black. All right, so
But anyway, Dan, you
Um,
too, right? Would you agree? Because we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
When you get told to do a certain thing and it doesn't work, do you feel that, when you do
I
what
feel
you gotta do?
frustrated,
Right.
and I get an anxiety about it because I'm like, I don't know where to go from here.
Right.
Because a lot of times it stops me from doing good segues because I'm like, well, they're saying they like this, but I can't read them.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're telling me, you're insisting that this is it, and meanwhile that's not working. I'm like, well, what am I doing wrong if that's it? You know what I mean? Like, in other words, and I always tell people, and it sounds funny, but I'm like, I mean, you could give me requests or whatever, but just tell me the kind of music you like, and I'll take it from there.
Yeah.
And some people are like, oh, but you don't take requests. No, I do take requests.
Right.
But the problem is you're not going to hear every song that we play.
Mhm.
And on top of that, you know, you're picking songs that I already would have picked anyway.
Yeah, which is fine.
You know what I mean? Like, but understand it. Like, it's like you saying to a mechanic, hey, when you
Use your wrench.
use your wrench, make sure you use
Right.
your wrench when you're taking my brakes off. Check. And you're giving him a to-do list of stuff he already knows how to do.
Knows how to do.
You understand? And that's how it equates. And you don't tell your mechanic in specific what you do.
Or they cook in a
You
restaurant
say,
how you want to
check,
cook.
do me a favor, check my brakes. I hear them squealing. You don't sit there and say, do me a favor, check them out, dust them out while you're down there. Make sure you kind of put them up in the light. You don't say that kind of shit. That guy will throw you out of the shop. And it's the same thing with me. I'll throw you out of the fucking wedding. I don't have no time for that shit.
No, but nobody.
Here's an important thing. Here's what it comes down to. Just as in any other job, as a DJ, if you are second guessing yourself, you're going to fail.
Well, Matt, you know, and you just said it. The thing is, if you're a DJ and you're playing your request list, and every DJ plays his request list, if you're really a good DJ, first of all, but Danny was saying he gets anxiety and shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to everybody that's listening to me. I never gave a shit. All right. My philosophy was this: I'll play your request, but if I'm good enough DJ, I'm going to start mixing in my own shit because I know the stuff that I'm mixing in works. And the thing is, if it works along with their request sheet, all of a sudden that anxiety disappears because people start to go, oh, wait a minute, I don't want to go to the bar. I love what the DJ's playing. Oh my God, he grabs a girl and says, do you want to dance with me?
No, but Ray, I think what Danny's going for here though is the fact that if you're playing their requests,
correct,
and it's not working,
right?
It's one thing you're playing their request, it's working, and you're working in a few things, you know, as filler.
Correct.
Go, okay, I know this works, and I think they'll like this, and it's all working. But when they're saying play this, and it's not working,
I know you're going to say it. I know you're.
Then you sit there and go, like Dan said, what am I doing wrong?
Then you got
now it's like I'm not sure where to go because you're telling me that this is the map.
Right.
This is the map.
So if
now it's like now I'm supposed to go off road, and I'm worried I'm going to hit a tree because your street is screwed up.
Well, and that's the thing. The thing I'm saying is with this is that
don't make me second guess myself. I know what I'm
Rob,
doing. I know how to drive.
Rob, make sure you play every single request. Make sure you play the request. If it ain't working, it ain't working.
You got to know when to change it.
I do not sit there and not play requests.
Correct.
But if it's not working, I also have to save my ass because what happened, Rob, this is what I did. I played every request and I did this. And the customer said, well, you know what? They said the DJ sucked. And you know what?
The DJ did the best he could.
Request.
Right. The DJ did the best he could.
That happens. You're right.
It happens.
It's kind of like
request list. It can make us look bad.
You can have I believe in must plays because some people really really love this song. I would love to hear it. I want to go dance to it like a bride, right? Like last night they wanted some boy bands.
Right.
The bridesmaids came.
So you got up and sang.
Yeah, I did. I ripped my shirt off and said, "No,
you look like the opposite direction, not one direction."
Yeah, I'm running in that direction. No, but I played like NSYNC and I played Backstreet Boys. And
that would have been a fun wedding.
And they loved it. They loved it. They got up, they were dancing, they were singing because that was a must play in a sense, right? But when you sit there and say, give no direction at all, but you don't tell me what these people are like, you're giving me the impression that these people were, and you get there. And like I said, every single woman had a tattoo. Every guy had a neck tattoo. Yeah. Every guy was shaved bald because you could tell he didn't even want to wear the fucking button-up shirt he was wearing.
So everybody came through the door didn't want to be there to begin with.
And the bridal party got changed.
It was just a drink.
They didn't want to drink. They wanted a drink.
The bridal party got changed into T-shirt and shorts. Literally right after the first dance.
And they all got invited back to dance.
The best man,
Slim Jims.
The best, you know how you do the garter bouquet? The best man brings the chair out for the bride. He brings her out. He's in a fucking T-shirt and shorts and barefoot.
I would have kicked the chair away and watched her fall on her ass. Wrap this one.
Make sure you check up our
But go down and hit the notification bell below. Go ahead down there and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share the channel if you would. We do appreciate the support. And remember, there's plenty of DJs After Dark on this channel. You can check out all the previous episodes. We have a lot of funny stuff, and we do a lot more. Remember, if you're looking to book a DJ, we do a lot of funny stuff on here, but we're very serious and we're very professional about what we do.
Don't book Dan.
Rob's in 45. Rob's 45 plus years. I'm 29 plus years. Ray is retired.
27.
Ed is waiting for the call from Electric FM, and Matt's in North Carolina. So
Yeah.
that's the deal. That is your deal. Go to canonentertainment.com. You can check that out. You can go to djbproductions.com as well. That's for myself. Rob and I collaborate on a lot of stuff together, so you can get either one of us through that. And as always, just remember, share it, love it, like it. Everything's good. Until next time, gentlemen, for Matt Sutter, for Eddie C, for Dr. Rock Ray Thomas, and
I'm waiting for my attorney to get here.
DJ Rib Cannon. My
Rib.
name is Danny J.
Rib
And
cannon.
for Lisa Teglaferry.
Where's the shrimp egg roll?
Until next time, we'll see you after dark. Goodbye, everybody.
Looks like the sun's coming up. Was that as good for you as it was for me? Join us next time for DJs After Dark.